أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, how's everyone going? How's that day so far? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, subhanAllah, it's getting to that time of semester where things are getting busy. Very, very, very busy. And it's very easy to lose your patience, to lose your brotherhood. How many of us are in contact with our parents in this time of our semester? How many of us are so stressed out by tutorials, by seminars, by lectures, that we just start to isolate ourselves to try and cope and catch up? You see, what Islam tells us, Islam teaches us about this very beautiful concept called brotherhood. And I'll keep, inshallah, this reminder short, sharp, and quick, inshallah. I know we're all going to go to different places, but what is brotherhood in Islam? The Rasul says, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. None of you truly believe, it's a condition, yeah? None of you will ever truly believe, ever, full stop, until you love for your brother what you love for yourself. What does that mean? What does that actually mean? How many of us are eating food and let's say the other brother also is hungry? How many of us are willing to offer that food? How many of us are willing to go hungry so someone else can eat? Recently, for example, I had someone staying over at mine for a little bit. And something that I was always keeping in my mind was anything that I wanted, I'd make sure he gets it before I get it for myself. And it's like an active decision. Okay, I want to sit on this chair. This chair's more comfortable than the other chair. I'll give him this chair instead of that chair. Okay, in terms of sleeping, his bed's not as comfortable as mine. I want to switch that around. I want him to sleep on that bed. Okay, this is a bigger plate of food. That's a small plate of food. I'll give him the big plate and I'll have the small plate. Oh, I really love the carrot juice. You know what? Yeah, we'll get that first. If we have leftovers, we'll have it. It's like constantly telling yourself, you're going to give your brother in Islam the best option and you'll get the other one. It's hard to apply, right? Because when you need something and you want something and someone else also wants something, it's tough, right? Because you both want that same exact thing. So loving for your brother what you love for yourself is a very deep-rooted concept. Especially when you're both in the same age, both doing the same things, you're both trying to get into a certain position. It's very easy to undercut someone. I won't share resources just because I want to get that edge. You look at VC, year 12, yeah? How many people, the smart ones, they don't share resources with each other? Oh, I won't share it with him because I want to get the highest study score. There's only one rank 1, and I want that to be me. You know what I mean? They don't want it to be anyone else. So they end up trying to undermine someone else, not share resources, thinking that they're going to get more. This is the illusion, yeah? They start businesses and they don't support other businesses, thinking their business will go up. But what does Islam say about this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ar-Razzaq. If He wills, every one of you and every one of us can be number one. You have a business, you've got clients, right? So for example, I'm in the tutoring space right now, yeah? Mentoring, tutoring space. There's other people who want to get involved in that as well. Assalamu alaikum. There's other people who want to get involved in the mentoring, tutoring space as well, right? But that doesn't mean I start holding clients and holding students and not letting other people get that. Allah's Ar-Razzaq. What does that mean? He provides sustenance to every single person. What does that mean? That even if you were to give all your students away, Allah will provide you with better students. And this is a deep concept to really grasp, because it goes against Western societal values, Western hierarchical values. What the Western society teaches us is that once you've got resources, hold on to it, because you earned that and that's from your hard work. You shouldn't give that to anyone else. It's you and it belongs to you, it belongs to yours. What Islam teaches us is that your resources, they are simply an amana that belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that no one else has access to those resources. Only Allah. Allah can take it away from you. You've got a nice car, you might end up crashing it and you have to give it away. You've got something nice, it's all temporary. And that in Islam, what you need to do ultimately is you need to give. And so for me, my example is there's many of my students that graduate, for example, right? They all want to get into tutoring as well. And so instead of saying no or trying to stop them, I'm like, go for it, start your own business. Anytime I get a student, we'll pass it to you, no problem. Because you're not scared that you'll lose customers. You know that there's a plentiful number of people. And do you know how comforting that is? Knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for you what you're going to get. It's so comforting. You could have resources, notes for uni class. You know you can give your notes to everyone in that class and you'll still perform well because Allah's written it for you. It doesn't mean, oh no, I've given my resources, I'm stuffed. Nah, that's not how it works. When you give for the sake of Allah, when you give, even if the person doesn't deserve it, even if they don't deserve it, even if they're leeching off of you, you will get in return. And this is what brotherhood is. It's knowing that when you love for the sake of Allah, when you give the better thing, the better food, the better notes, your time, Allah won't reduce you, you'll get increased. And this brotherhood is so powerful. When you are with another brother, and of course it applies to sisters as well, when you're with another brother and you're both sacrificing for the sake of Allah, you can achieve so much in life, so much. You can create legacies. You know, we go back 20 years ago in Melbourne, okay? A lot of the uncles now that are 40 years old, 42 years old, a lot of them were small in number, but they had massive impacts. We're talking things like ISNA, right? The creation of all the current masajid. We're talking Preston Mosque. We're talking My Centre. We're talking all these masjids, you know, creation of PGCC. Those started by someone, by a few people, but they were very powerful. And they, as a small number, were able to create massive impact. There's a few brothers that created, you know, a video movie series on the Crusaders 20 years ago. Yeah? Now some of them are dentists, some of them are this. Just a few brothers, our age. They created an entire movie series on the Crusaders. Small in number, but when you're together, you're very powerful. However, the shaitan's goal is what? It's to try and divide us from each other through really small, in my opinion, useless differences. You know, trying to create, and you see this. You ask someone, why don't you talk to so-and-so? Oh, that person's annoying. They said this random comment at the gathering and like, I don't know. Is this what Islam teaches? To create grudges, to be judgmental? Islam teaches us to have something called husn al-dhan, which is to assume the best of people. What does that mean? It's not, no, that person's a bad person, it's pretty obvious. It's you literally try your best to assume the best of someone unless it's blatantly obvious with witnesses that that person's done the opposite of what's being alleged. And even then, you still should have doubt. Because who are we to judge others? Who are we to judge our brother? Our brother stuffs up, we should help him. So a lot of us, oh, he's stuffed up, he's on the wrong path, I'm not going to talk to him again. He's on the wrong path, you should be trying to help him. You see? Because Allah's going to question you. You saw your brother go off the wrong path and you walked away. Why did you walk away? You knew your brother was struggling. Why didn't you give your resources? You know? You knew you had money, your brother couldn't have enough to pay for petrol. Why didn't you chip in? You had food, your brother didn't have food, why didn't you give him food? You had the best resume, your brother doesn't know how to write a resume, why didn't you help him make a resume? You've applied for a job and you've got accepted and he doesn't know how to do it, why didn't you help him? Because of what? Because of selfishness. That's the reason why. Because we start to believe that what we've received is because of our own hard work, and as such, why should we give it to someone else who's done nothing? But that's not how it works. Whatever we have is not from us, it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are some people who are more deserving of us, of what we have. They've worked harder than what we have, and guess what? They don't have what we have. So if we're going to talk about beneficial entitlement, they should have it, not us. But Allah's blessed us with it. So anything that we have, it doesn't belong to us. That's the thing. And when you have that mindset, you look at your life, it's like a little video game. This thing I've got, give it away. Don't really, alhamdulillah, I'm not fussed. You know what I mean? You don't really feel that attachment. And the best example is your notes in uni. Beautiful brother over here, mashallah, was telling me, about that example from last halaqah where, what do? You studied a little bit before your class at uni, mashallah. You came into that class and you had the notes and answers ready for that seminar. and you said 4 people in your class asked you for the notes, and you gave it. Why were you not scared to give it?
It doesn't stop me from, like, if I give it, I won't lose anything, and we're not competing. It might look like it, but we're not competing.
If I give it, I won't lose anything, and we're not competing. In fact, not only will you not lose anything, you're going to gain everything. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give you barakah. When you go study again, when you have the intention, the niyyah of, I want to help people out, bro, you're going to learn it quicker. Because Allah is going to help you impact more people. And this is the thing, right? People think that by having a difficult life, you can't succeed. But if you have a more difficult life, you will succeed because Allah will give you more barakah in your time. You spend half an hour on something, you'll get it done. Someone else could spend 25 hours and they still don't understand what's going on. There's barakah. You could have a tutorial, you sit there, you skim it, and you know the answer. Or someone else could spend the whole day and they still don't know what's going on. So this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not because we're smart. We could struggle with the most simple things. Sometimes just turning on the car can be a headache. Sometimes, this is the thing. As Muslim brothers, and I'll sum it up right now, what we need to do is we need to come together. We need to help each other. And it starts by doing what? It starts by giving. And like I said, with the example of someone who came in with me for a little bit, yeah, for those 3-4 weeks. Every time I saw that person, I thought, what can I give that I want? You understand what I'm saying? That brother was looking to get married, for example. Well, I've got some marriage books, which I got and purchased. Like, you know what? I'll give it to him. Because if Allah wills, I'll get another book that's even better. I'm not fussed. You're not worried. You're not scared. You want to give. Your brother's success is your success. You know what I mean? This is the thing. If you've got something and you can help, help. Because this is what the Muslim Brotherhood is all about. This is why we're here, for the sake of Allah. If we're selfish and we don't talk to each other and we isolate ourselves from each other, we're only going to fulfill their plan for us. It's only going to cause more hardship. We need to start uniting together, and it starts with you as a person. And you know when you're being selfish or not. Everyone knows. Everyone knows when they're being selfish. No one doesn't know. Oh, I've got this, I won't give it to that person because I need it myself. That's selfishness. Once you feel that emotion, fight it, conquer it, and give. وَجَزَاكُمُ اللَّهُ خَيْرًا. So if anyone has any thoughts, comments on our mind, and then we'll wrap up the halaqah, inshallah. What's your thoughts, Akhi? What's on your mind?
Alhamdulillah, I think it's very beneficial reminders. SubhanAllah, I think even like just the small things, wallahi. Obviously, first of all, start with yourself, and then you just reflect, and you're like, wow, so many small things you take for granted, so many small things you forget about. And if I just thought about giving to someone else, because once you start giving to other people, you realize how blessed you are yourself.
SubhanAllah. It's very true. When you start giving to other people, you realize how blessed you are yourself. Now, giving, by the way, it's not just materialistic items, yeah? Giving isn't notes, and giving is emotional reassurance. It's smiling to people, like it's a sadaqah, treating people well. But everyone's going through a tough time. One of the brothers walked in when we were sitting. He was going to come to the halaqah. Something happened to his own parent, his own mother, and he had to leave. Everyone's got a tough life, man. Things happen. Things happen every single day. Our brothers and sisters are dying overseas, are being murdered. They're being raped. They're everything. But we forget this stuff. Giving is treating people well. If you have nothing to give physically, you giving just for your kindness, that can literally change someone's life. What about you, Akhi?
I'm just trying to think of ways where I can start giving to the people around me, like ways I didn't consider before.
What you did by giving those notes on the table. What you did by sacrificing that class to come to this halaqah. You sharing this with someone else that you know, your little brother or sister. There's plenty. If you search for the opportunities, they'll be right in front of you, man. You know when they say you see what you are. For example, someone only cares about girls, they'll literally see girls everywhere. If someone cares about, succeeding in their career, they'll see this website, that firm, that place, that's the only thing that they see. They're driving, oh, that's a nice company. You see what you are. So if you're looking for opportunities to give khair, wallah, you'll see it everywhere, bro. You'll see it, trust me. Guaranteed. What about you, Mr. Saad?
I feel like sometimes we get so lost in greed, but you have to realize that there's enough to go around for everyone.
That's the thing. Why? Because Allah is Razzaq. He's the provider. If we think that there's not enough to go around, we're like sort of saying that Allah's limited provision. Do you understand what I mean? It's a very big insult, right? But you got to realize that there's plenty. There's so much. You don't get time to study today. Tomorrow you'll get an opportunity. Every day is an opportunity, man. You always have opportunities. No matter what it is. You're a good video editor, mashallah. There are others. It doesn't mean that will affect you. If you share all your video editing tips to everyone here and you share all your resources, it doesn't stop you from being a great video editor. You see, like, nothing's limited, bro. You've got clients, people are hiring you out for video editing services. And now someone else is coming to compete with you. It doesn't mean that your rizq's going to stop. People will select you no matter what. Because Allah put that in their heart. So, does that have you, man? No.
It's a way of life. Especially like, if you come here as an international student, you'll feel like a lot of struggles.
So much, bro, wallah. Yeah.
In transportation, food, in the way of live. So like these hardships, you can use these like what you felt in order to help other international students to come.
Yeah.
So you don't make them feel like, oh, these hardships. And this is how I started to live. Like since I get here and like get more stable in life, we start to help those international students.
MashaAllah.
We need to help them in order to stabilize faster than you.
MashaAllah.
So this is a way of not being like selfish.
So you felt the struggles of being an international student?
Yeah. And then you try to get these hardships and make others' life easier. So you try to find ways to make others not feel
that pain.
the pain.
But some people might say, I felt the hardship, everyone else should feel the hardship as well. No, well, I'm being this serious. I found a way, like I know some people, for example, they go on like a tent trip. I struggled finding parking. There's no way I'm going to give a free parking spot to this guy. He needs to search and struggle to find that place just how I did. You know what I mean? Someone's a CEO in a corporate company. I had to struggle coffee after coffee just to get here. I am not going to give someone a freebie. He has to go through the same coffee journey, giving coffee to the whatever, Like this is against Islam. You see what I mean? So mashallah, you want to help people, international students, have an easier life, yeah? Because you felt the pain, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming here, international fees, blah, 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 blah.
A lot of stuff, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Away from your family, so you need to give them these emotional support, either financial support.
WhatsApp video calls every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You come to that house, knock on their doors suddenly without any knock. You just like help them feel at home much faster.
MashaAllah, it's very, may Allah reward you. Bilal?
Amazing speech, bro. Amazing. I think with giving and charity, I think one of the most important things is that it does not diminish your wealth. When you give for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you if you need. Like I think I've had some examples of that happen to me, and that only motivates me to give more and more and more when I'm able to do so. Another thing you raised, which was interesting, was the helping others out and whatnot. And I just thought of an idea where we have MUIS, we have this organisation of all brothers. Brothers are doing all sorts of degrees. If you had a sort of way where all the brothers, when they signed on, they list what degree they're doing, and you were able to network. So all the brothers doing law, all the brothers doing science, all the brothers doing renewable energy, whatever it is, network, bring them together. I think that would be a good initiative, inshallah, because then that barakah and risk just grow.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's such a good idea. And just to reiterate the point for the brothers and sisters out there, what Brother Bilal was saying, mashallah, and he's thinking about solutions, yeah? He's not just listening like, yeah, okay, cool, like nice speech. It's, okay, how can we actually give? In MUIS, ourselves, yeah, in this organization, there are people who come first year uni, make a list of all, when you graduate next year, and if you come Monash, inshallah, right? Make a list of all the degrees that they're in, and then you've got a database of graduates, people here, and you can just connect them. First year law, we've got 20 people we can link you with, man. First year medicine, we were all these grads that were part of this organization. Instead of like someone having to figure it out. Oh wait, there's another Muslim? Well, I didn't know. It's been 2 years. I just found the Muslim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, how long did it take for us to find Muslims, bro?
Oh, bro. Took forever.
You know what I mean?
And even like,
It's like finding a gym, bro.
especially in law, like there'll be people who get our fourth year and like we walked into that
Yeah.
winter unit and there's this guy that wears like the kufi.
Yeah.
Yeah, wears this Islamic hat and he's like full crack. We're like, bro, where have you been this whole time?
Yeah, we had a guy in our law class, bro. We've never seen him ever. Wears the Islamic hat, mashallah. Like, we never found him. 4 years, we didn't know who he existed.
Yeah.
Right? So, if we had a database, we can easily solve that problem. So, for the management of MUS, I think great idea. Let's make it happen. Inshallah. What about you, Akhi?
I think continuing on with that point, which is like the idea of a circular economy within like Muslim community.
Yeah.
And just knowing every like Monash student, like what they've studied, what career they go into, and then being able to have like, because like in like I know in the past there was the Muslim directory. Like
Yes.
the Muslim companies. Like we could go there for like the Muslim plumbers, the Muslim like jewelers, all of these things. And so that's like very useful, and that's what, like rather than us giving our GDP outside to Australia and everyone, of course we should pay all our taxes and so on, but like we should also be supporting our Muslim brothers, whether they're tradesmen or professionals and corporates. And
Beautiful.
Also that, we always hear about brotherhood, peace be with that, but
Yes.
just understanding that you don't, like it's good to love your brother, but you love your brother for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's like you're getting something in return. You're getting something from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in return. You're getting the barakah, you're getting His mercy. And maybe He'll change something bad that was going to happen to you because you helped someone else and you prevented something bad from happening to someone else. So that's like a
MashaAllah.
strong motivator for all of us. Rather than like trying to get extrinsic validation, is like intrinsic validation because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always watching.
Beautiful, man. MashaAllah. So he's mentioned 2 points. MashaAllah. Number one was about what Bilal said in relation to creating that directory. And he talked about like the Muslim directory, for example, and how they've got all the different trades organizations and supporting our Muslim brothers. But then also what love fi sabilillah means, right? For the sake of Allah. Allah can ease your affairs. You're not going to give $100 and get $100. It's not really like, you shouldn't be thinking about it like that. You give 100 and you've got a peaceful day, a peaceful week. You don't have stresses. You're smiling. You feel good in your heart. That's the thing you get back. You know, if you don't get it in the dunya, you're going to get it in the akhirah. You're always going to get something back, but it doesn't mean it's going to be how you want it back. It's how Allah determines you're going to get it back. Inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you guys.